Okay, I'm creating this video now because as you guys, like I told you guys, I probably should have done this a lot sooner, but I am doing or create the video. I think it's supposed to do. I did it yesterday here, and then I'm doing some of it today as well. Um, but I am looking at posting strategy, so I'm legit going to the brand owners and the brands themselves and seeing how they post, right? So seeing how many, like the main notes I take is how many posts in both things, how many times they post, how many times they post. So I'll legit just scroll through the photos and count how many times they post within that month. I'm not checking days or anything like that. I think that will be through time, which is how many times they post for as a brand and as personal brand, like I said. But what are they posting? What type of things are they posting as a personal brand and as the brand themselves, right? So that's kind of what I've been taking in so that I can portray what I want as much as possible, as big as these people, but in the format that I'm doing it and in my lifestyle and what I'm doing, right? Now, as I'm looking through all these different brands, I'm looking at a brand that I just recently found out. I'm looking at one of their documentaries called Still Here. It's Cole Buxton. I actually like their sports, the UVU. The name feels familiar. I'm not 100% sure. But, anyways, I'm just looking at their store right now through one of their Black Friday drops that went really bad and yada, yada, yada. And I looked at their brand philosophy and I'm looking at other brand philosophies. And I've said this before to others. I don't know if I've said it on camera, but one of the most, and I didn't realize why I couldn't put it into words, but Emilion Dor is a perfect brand that I want to mimic to the T almost, to the point where it's all going to be unique and authentic to me. I'm not taking anything from them, but the idea of what they're doing is what I'm going to take, but make it completely into me, right? Into what I like, the things I do, so it's genuinely authentic. But when I looked up online, what is their brand philosophy? And it says this. I'm going to read the whole thing. Emilion Dor ALD, founded by Teddy Saints in Queens, New York City, or NYC, operates on a philosophy of, in quotes, timeless design, nostalgia, and authentic storytelling, end quote. Bridging high fashion, streetwear, and classic menswear. It emphasizes quality, durability, and, in quotes, drip feed approach to marketing, focus on community and lifestyle rather than fleeting trends. This is legit what Al Arifa is to the T, right? I don't just want to create the high luxury, like the lower, like just be Laura Piana. I don't want to just be this, just be that, right? Like I don't want to be boxed to one thing. I want to create multiple things. A new project also does that, but let's really quickly look. I don't think their brand philosophy is the same, but I'm just gonna in real time look, right? Nude project, right? This is like, you guys are in my brain right now. Okay, so New Project is a Barcelona-based Gen Z-focused streetwear brand focused on the philosophy of by artists for artists, aiming to inspire, connect, and empower a generation of free spirits centered on authenticity and rebellion. The brand operates as a creative universe rather than just fashion, for fostering a community through exponential marketing, raw social media content, and a cool lifestyle identity. Blah blah blah. I'm not seeing any specific um, experimental branding. They don't just sell clothes, they sell an experience creating moments. Okay, that's like through basic storytelling, cultural fusion. Okay, here. Inspired by American culture, hip hop, skate culture, their design mix and often blend minimalist aesthetics with loud, graphic driven streetwear. Lifestyle brand, new project extends, blah, blah, blah. Apparent contact plastic, physical students, da, 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 da. Okay, so mainly I'm hearing streetwear. They also do like nice little here and there suits, whatever it is, I guess you could say. But for the most part, it's really just streetwear. That's also luxury, whatever. They do the quarter zips and sweaters, all that kind of stuff too. But the, to get to it, right, is how can I bridge? This is now the difference between me and them. But Emilian Dor, or Emilian Dor, however you pronounce it, I don't mean to butcher it. How do they do it, right? Their thing is nostalgia because it's like New York City, Italy, right? Or because like that's where the I think Teddy is from, right? Um, and they're bridging the high fashion luxury, which is the quarter zips, the really nice leather jackets, um, sweaters with the minimal branding and some with no branding at all that kind of stuff, right? Which is what I want to do, right? But here's the difference. Mine needs to be sleek, sleek to the brim, where it's the lower peon is sleek. You get what I'm trying to say? That's what I want to do, right? That's the differentiator I want to have, but also incorporate, like I said, the streetwear aspect, the luxury aspect, the let's go back so I'm not misquoting them, right? Let's see here. Million Dollar Brand Philosophy. Timeless design, nostalgia, and authentic storytelling, bridging high fashion, streetwear, and classic menswear. So the classic menswear is the day to day, right? The classic menswear, the sweaters, the boom boom, whatever, is pants, yada yada. Streetwear is the sweatpants and hoodie, right? The this type of design, that type of design, boom, right? Then you got the high fashion. High fashion, I guess you could say, is the Louis Vuitton walks or whatever, right? But then I guess with high fashion or classic menswear, that also becomes the the quarter and matcha, right? The business casual, the I can see money written all over this, that kind of stuff, right? And I want to set that barrier and close and remove it and put them all into Ayaladefa. That's the idea. But it's like, because this is what I mean by it's legit what it, they're working so perfectly together with what my idea is, because it's, before even really thinking about A Million Door, this is just recent, right? Because like, I always liked their brand and their idea and all kinds of stuff. I never really are. I'm never really as deep as it as if I am with other brands, right? Like, I really like their stuff. I've seen a couple of stuff. I even took some inspiration from them for just like ideas, but that's about it. Never really dive deep into the brand, who it is, who they are. My idea was legit. I have it written on my documents from the very beginning of wanting this. Timeless design, based on like Saudi brands. There's not Saudi brands, like Saudi Arabia, the culture, the design, all this kind of stuff, which can be looked at as nostalgic and authentic storytelling. The authentic storytelling, I like telling stories through ads, this kind of stuff. So I guess making that with the clothes and like what I've learned through Nude Project, I'm gonna probably make a video after I learn from them, and then after I take some notes like I am doing with my posting strategy or my content strategy. And legit, that's about it. Like, or no, sorry, this for the storytelling, my fault, is like putting story, like some people create the story in the mood board. I think most people do this, the mood board, and then they create based off of that, which is what I slowly want to get into, because when I created the 8 collections, I legit just took things I liked and in whatever season it was and put it there and then tweaked it, which is not bad at all for starting, right? But I think the next level for me is, okay, how can I create a story? How can I put a mood board into this collection? And I think if I do that from now, will be really, really well thought out. And we have so much to go off of that when like I said to you guys in a past video, speaking to the manufacturer, it will be like we can narrow things down, right? They don't know Saudi culture and this and the other. And I'll tell you this, right, firsthand. I love my country. I love where I'm from. I'm mixed too, so I might incorporate some things, but for the most part, it's gonna be like Saudi Arabian themed, but like it's gonna be very hints, right? But at the same exact time, I will know for sure I'm gonna hire someone else to really dive deep into what Saudi Arabia is and what it isn't, and how to really highlight who we are, because at the same time I'm Saudi Arabian. I speak the language, I speak the dialect, I know certain mannerisms, I know certain things that go on, but I haven't been here in so long. Not my main years are growing up here, part of it, like I think the foundation was built here, but there's a lot of stuff that I missed. And for a little bit of context, I grew up here in Saudi from the age of 7 to 14, right? That's 7 years. I'm 21. And the majority of the time I was in the U.S. But a lot of my key, like, from, like, I think when you reach, like, this, like, the 7 to 14 is, like, your prime years, what you're being taught and everything. And then the 16 to 20, or the 15 to 20, or 21, for me at least, was building who I am. And being in the U.S. was very the go-getter mindset. I've always had it since I've been here, but really honed in on it because that's the culture over there. They have the similar culture here, but it's more pushed over there that way, right? From what I'm seeing, right? Or for the idea that I'm getting, or maybe just because I'm biased because I've lived in the U.S. longer, right? But for the most part, the cultural, the aesthetics, the clothing, it's all very there for me, but I don't remember a lot of it. And I remember just seeing it through pictures or through social media and like, oh, I missed this, or I really didn't get to see this. So I'm also getting to learn my culture as I put it into the brand, right? Or the identity of what the brand is. But for the most part, the philosophy is timeless design, nostalgia, and authentic storytelling. Authentic storytelling might be changed for something else, but you get the idea. And to just circle back, or the main idea and point of this is, you're never gonna have a straight path. The path is never going to just be this, right? It's, if you want to look at it as a graph, it's legit this, right? It's, but like more like, I guess, lines. It's like this, this, right? It's always going to be that way. And if you're looking at it at a road and you're running on miles, like if you're an athlete or someone who runs a lot, this is the best way I can describe it. You're gonna run you're from here, from point A to point B in a straight line is 6 miles. But you're gonna be running 12 because you're gonna be following the path, and the path is legit like going against buildings. It's a little bit windy. It has some zigzags in it, and it totals out to be 6, double than what it is just to run in a straight line. Like, just when you're thinking about driving, like your house is here, like on the map, it's here, and where you are, it's right here. But in order to get there, you gotta go here, you gotta do a U-turn, and then you gotta take this exit, and then you gotta go into this residential area, stop sign, left, right, boom, and now you're at your house. All of that, but it's just a straight line, right? So that's kind of what I'm saying, is like, you're never gonna be one place, but there is definitely a clear goal and a clear path on what steps you need to take, but not necessarily you're just gonna hit them like left, right, center, back to back to back. It's just gonna be wishy-washy, and that's fine. And there's things that you're gonna get better at, and it's gonna be 1, 2, and 3, and then fix 4, 5, 6. Dang, took you back to 3, and then you're gonna fix something that helped you get to here and that messed you down here, so that this doesn't happen again, and then boom, 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 and there's gonna be the core stuff that sticks, and the core stuff that's gonna stick for me is the same idea of what a million doors. And keep in mind, like, this video might surface later on, and then might be for copyright, or hopefully there's no lawsuits and people saying that like, oh, you outright took it from here. No, I know Emelian Dore took their stuff exactly from somewhere else and made it their own, and this is exactly just what I'm doing. And by no means am I trying to copy everything that they do. No, it's just, I think the best artists steal, and I think that was said by Leonardo da Vinci, or at least borrow, right? Or at least take, because nothing is ever really truly original, except for very few things. Like Leonardo da Vinci, a lot of his stuff came, like, they're all original pieces, but he got something from somebody else to make him do that, right? And a lot of the best designers, a lot of the best creators do that, and some people go far outside the box. But when they go far outside their box, they get inspiration from something else, right? So they're also, taking. Like, I think when spikes came on clothes, I don't think someone just said, let me put spikes and see what happens. I think they got an inspiration from maybe looking at a porcupine or some type of anime, or I don't know when it was really created, but, or something, right? And it was like, or like, I think the spikes come from like people who do rock and heavy metal, and maybe in my brain they're looking at a bat that had so many nails in it, and they were like, hold on, this kind of looks cool. What if we made that on shoes and gloves and jackets and so on and so forth? So I think, like, there are things that are completely original that no one's ever seen or thought to collaborate or put into or think of, but it comes from somewhere else. I don't think, like, it just comes from one place. Like, I guarantee if you look at the history and how cars were made and wheels and all kind of stuff, that it had to come from a ball rolling, right? Or people, like, I don't know, like, I know I'm really going so far with this, but so bear with me. But like, they probably wanted to move something, but what they would do is they put so many like rounded objects in a plank, and they would just slide it because it would roll. And then they were like, oh, what if we made this stable and then let the wheels do its thing? And then, okay, what if we add something to make us turn left and right? And originally it was just this, and then you realize you can do this and you get a bigger turn and whatever, so on and so forth. So just to be quick, disclaimer. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching and to taking a deep dive into my mind. This is also maybe a little bit of a distraction for me as I'm writing this. It is 2:32 a.m. It's Ramadan, so it's kind of normal that I'm up at this time. But I will keep you guys updated with what else is going on. But for the most part, I'm gonna finish up the posting strategy and then fill you guys in on what I've learned, what I've realized, and then how you guys can do it. Bye.